let's talk about recent pickups. Hey everyone, welcome to the new year. Hope you had good holidays. Let's talk about some pickups, because being true to self, a man with very little money has the most expensive hobbies, and of course, Christmas being Christmas, I treat myself. First on the list is the Super SLR Pentax 6x7. Now, it's the first generation, so think of it like iPhone. This is the 6x7. You can see there, 6x7. Then you have the 6.7, the 6.7 II, and the benefit of the later ones is the mirror lock, to be honest. I'm actually going to tell you a story relating to that, which actually covers one of the functions on the front. So, being a 6x7, that means it shoots 6x7 centimeter negatives. We have our winder, zero tension when there's no film in, so you actually don't get a shutter sound. You can't fire the shutter. That's the shutter button there. And we have our counter over on the other side. Now I have a viewfinder that came with the camera on, and you change using the bottom. Yeah, so you can turn the top, but with this viewfinder on, you're supposed to turn the bottom. It goes to 1,000th of a second. So to remove the viewfinder, we've got 2 pins on the side here, but you must always take the lens off before removing the viewfinder. You can do that on the side here. There's just a little release there. So push that down, twist, knock the ball. So to take the viewfinder off, like I say, there's 2 pins on either side. We're just going to push those in, and it will lift right off. And that weighs quite a bit, to be fair. The reason we always take the lens off first, before the viewfinder, is there's a little chain just here that you can see. That can get damaged if you take the viewfinder off with the lens on, and I believe that communicates with the lens and the light meter, and if you damage that, you risk that connection. Put this back on. We're just going to slide back on. Should click into place. Sit on. Yep, nice and tight. On the back, we have our battery check. This thing eats through batteries like there's no tomorrow, and your battery is just here on the bottom. Nice simple little change. And these are the 4LR44 6V batteries. So let's put that back in. We have our spools, our spool releases, so to insert and take film out. To open the camera, the back of the camera that is, in fact, let's put our lens back on first. So to open the back of the camera, we have a little silver latch here on the bottom. Just going to pull that down, and the door pops open. And there's the back. We don't want to be touching anything here. On the inside here, we can set whether we're shooting 220 film or 120 film, and that will appear on the little window there. I've never seen anyone shoot 220 film or heard of it, to be fair. So 120, so we get 10 shots. Again, we've got the spools, which can be released by the toggles on the bottom. Let's close that back up. So moving on to the lens, this is a Takumar 135. It says auto or manual, so you just tap it on and off. Goes to f4, and so far it looks really nice. I'm looking forward to the photos coming back, so let's go have a look. when I was out shooting in Durham, as it was getting dark, I went to take a photo on some steps, and I heard the shutter, but it was like a half shutter. So I heard the mirror go up, but then nothing. And every time I looked through the viewfinder, it was black. The film was on shot 5, I think. It would not wind on. It was stuck. The shutter wouldn't go. And I thought, damn, has the camera broke already on the first shoot? Luckily I looked up. There's a little button, like, it's very flush, so you can't press it by accident. You'll need like a pen or something pointy to press it in. It's right here. And this is a mirror release. So what had happened is I had took the shot, the battery died, and the mirror stayed up, and I just needed to click that button in to release the mirror back down, and then I could see through the viewfinder again. The film wound and the shutter was ready to fire. So I would recommend carrying spare batteries and something pointy if your mirror ever gets locked, because honestly, I was shooting my first 120 roll. This camera was obviously second hand, and I thought I'd been conned and I bought a dud camera, but it wasn't. It was just that the mirror locked up. So yes, spare batteries and something for a mirror release if that does happen to you. So next on the list of recent pickups is the Canon AE1 program. Now, you might have seen in my previous videos, I do shoot with a Canon AE1. So this was the generation after the one that I used to have. The one that I used to have, I have now sold to Joe. You can check out his Instagram. I'll put it at the end or at the bottom here. But yeah, Joe, after using my camera, really wanted one, and to be honest, I kind of wanted an all black one, just so it could suit, just so for the look, just so it went with my Canon F1. But I thought instead of just buying like the same camera but in black, because that seems like a general waste of money, I actually went for the program, and I really wanted to test what this camera was like fully auto. So this camera, compared to the last one, its main feature is that you now have fully auto shutter speed. So this camera can essentially be like a point and shoot with, you know, an FD lens. So yeah, so I picked this up, I loaded it with a roll of Kodak as a test roll. So I'll show you some of them photos, and to go with our now equipped E100, let's load some E100 35mm into this, and we'll do some side-by-side comparisons. As far as I'm aware, Julian Lennon is a self-taught photographer. He does shoot fully automatic. He started out by shooting clouds. That's how he got into photography. He would sit on a plane, and while everyone was asleep, he would just stare at the clouds, and eventually he started taking photographs of them. So that was his thing for a while, just shooting clouds. But eventually he got a fully auto Leica and just went on to shoot some amazing things. So we've got some portraits. I don't want to show too much of this boot because obviously that kills the selling point. But look at that, man. Look at that. I've actually showed you. So you know, there's some great imagery in here. It's definitely worth a pick up. I picked this up for, I believe I paid $45 for it. Oh, I've got some celebrities. More clouds. He talks about this in the Joe Rogan podcast, so I'll not say too much about it. Definitely check out that episode. It's quite recent as well, so it's quite interesting. Got some colour there. Yeah, great addition for the photography shelf. I highly recommend. It's very inspiring. But I particularly like his photos from Japan in here. Well, yeah, don't want to show too much of it, but Julian Lennon, Life's Fragile Moments, check it out.